There with athriftymom.com, and we're going to make quick and easy 15-minute lettuce wraps. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my stove here. We're going to put it on medium-high heat. I'm going to put a little bit of nonstick spray in here. As you join, feel free to say howdy, and we'll cook together. Okay, now first off, let me say that ground chicken is kind of disgusting. My kids say it looks like poop when it comes out. That's because, you know, kids say what things really look like, and yeah, it's not real pretty, I'll give you that much. But it tastes delicious, and it's a lot healthier option. So there's our ground chicken. Let me wash my hands real quick. You can actually grind your own chicken, and you can get it for a lot cheaper. Hi, Monique. If you have a meat grinder, I do not have a meat grinder, so normally I would only pay about $1.80 for boneless, skinless chicken breast, and then that's kind of like my stock-up price for chicken. But this was actually, when I bought it in the tube that you guys saw earlier, that is actually like $3.50 a pound at Walmart, so it is more, but I just get it that way for the ease of it and because I don't have a meat grinder. So we're going to go ahead and start letting this cook a little bit. I'm going to actually add the garlic, half a teaspoon of granulated garlic, and then pepper. I'm not going to salt it yet because the soy sauce and some of the other stuff has a lot of salt in it, and so I don't salt it till I can really taste it. Hi Brenda, hi Danielle, hi Marie, hi Lori, hi Trisha. Okay, so while that's starting to heat up a little bit, I'm going to taking a medium onion and I'm going to dice that up. And the great thing about this recipe is you can have it on the table and ready to eat within 15 minutes, and it tastes really good. As I said in the recipe, I'll admit my friends for years have been talking about how much they love lettuce wraps, and they normally go to, I think, P.F. Chang's to get them, but they're like really expensive, and I like my gluten, so I'm all about egg roll wrappers and tortillas and bread. And so to me, replacing something yummy like that with lettuce just seems not very yummy. So I was in no hurry to try this recipe. And then my mother-in-law started making it and had us over for dinner. And I realized that it was absolutely delicious and that you wouldn't want to eat this on something else. That the sweet butter lettuce really is like the perfect way to eat them, and it's light and crisp, and it's a family favorite now. Stacy says, love lettuce wraps. Cindy says, hi from Wisconsin. Okay, so there is our onion. Just going to stir this around a little bit more. Our chicken will start to go. How many of you guys have cooked with ground chicken before? This is about the only recipe I use with ground chicken. And if you don't want to buy ground chicken, definitely an easier, a more cost-efficient way to do this would just be dice your chicken into teeny tiny little cubes. And then, like I said, you could buy the cheaper chicken breasts that are, if you watch, you can get on sale for about $2 a pound, and that would save you about half the price of your meat. Karen says, hi from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Holly says, hey from South Florida. Kelly says, have you tried any other meats? Kelly, I've just done it with chicken. I have a friend that does it with ground turkey. And I have not, like I said, I just stuck with the chicken. I have a friend who does it with ground turkey because she buys her ground turkey in like a giant, I think they're called chubs. Is that what it's called? The big pre-wrapped stuff. Okay, so my chicken's pretty much, it's about half cooked there, so I'm going to go ahead and add my onions in there. And we're just going to let these all cook together. Terry says, I used to often for tacos and chilies because it really, and you can't tell it's not the other meat. Doug says, hi from Alexander. Janelle says, hi from Illinois. Jill, hi from Alberta, Canada. Hi, thanks for joining us. Rebecca says, could you do this with shredded chicken? Absolutely. You really can. I mean, the reason you're doing it this way is really just because this is the more traditional way to do it. But like I said, you could definitely chop your chicken yourself. The ground chicken meat just gives it a different texture that is like traditional for lettuce wraps. And one thing you want to make sure that you get this, you want to make sure you chop it up so you don't get any of those chunks that are stuck together and then you bite into it and you realize you have raw chicken, because that's just disgusting. You know, sometimes you can get away with lean, with, you know, ground beef not cooked all the way or something like that, but chicken, you definitely want to make sure that you have it cooked all the way. Now that was a pretty big onion, so if your family's not huge into onions, you could definitely, you know, you can change the recipe to change your family's taste or liking. Just making sure I have all this chopped up good. Sup, pretty lady? Sounds yummy. Thanks, Sarah. Karen says, love the sizzling sound. Makes it sound delicious. Sarah says, I love ground chicken and ground turkey too. Jerry says, you're making me hungry. And Kelly says, sounds good. So this recipe is really good to, if you like to meal prep and you want to, like, on Sunday get all of your meals ready. This one is one that works fabulous to go ahead and make the filling up ahead of time and then just put it in a bag or in a Tupperware container in the fridge, and then you can eat it a couple days later. Just heat it up and then you're ready like within 3 or 4 minutes for dinner. I'm actually making, my little brother, if you guys have been watching, my little brother and his wife had their 7th baby well, it's been a week and a half ago now. And so I'm actually taking this to her for dinner tonight. And I told her that I'd bring her something that she could either eat tonight if she wanted, or she could keep it in the fridge and have it ready for another day of the week. So, okay, so now our chicken's all cooked. Our onions are pretty translucent. So now, let me find a measuring spoon. Should have done that beforehand. And when my kids put away my dishes, I don't always have them where they should be. Alright. So, into the pot now. If you don't use a non-stick pan, use oil and potato masher. Wait, does well for mixing them into the small crumbles if you want. Thanks for the tip, Sarah. I appreciate that. Diane says potato masher. Oh, okay, great. Thanks for the tip, guys. Okay, so this is going to be a tablespoon of rice wine vinegar. Actually, I think that was white wine vinegar, but that's okay. It's basically all the same. Then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. If you want to watch your sodium, you can definitely use low sodium, or you can only use 1 tablespoon of that. So I got those 2. And then ginger. So ginger, I have found the best way I love to use ginger, I have several recipes I use it in, is I buy it in this paste tube. It's like $3 at Walmart. And it stays good in the fridge for a long time, and you don't have to grate and grind the ginger. So we use ginger a lot in some salad dressings that I use, and then I also use it in a couple different recipes. And so this is I found the best way that I like to use ginger. So that's what it looks like, and you don't have to worry, because you end up peeling off so much of that bark on the outside of the ginger. Let's see, and then mix this all together, and then I've got to do my, what are these things called? Water chestnuts, there we go. So we're just going to do kind of like a rough chop of our water chestnuts. Make sure you drain them. And these give it a super nice crunch. I love water chestnuts. They're honestly, they kind of absorb whatever flavor you put them into, but they give it a nice crunch. Okay, now if you don't like green onions at this point, if you don't like the crunch of a green onion, you can add the green onion into your sauce at this time. Or we actually just tend to eat them on top. So you want to grab 2 to 3 green onions and dice those up and put those into. Karen says, I keep getting repeats of Frozen. We missed after the ginger. It's working now. Me too. Okay, when we watch it back live, hopefully it will catch itself up. Sometimes it's either your internet connection or the browser you're in. So hopefully you guys are able to get caught up. You can follow that link for the full recipe, and that'll catch you up to where you need to be. Okay, so I'm actually going to add a couple of these green onions. Now, if you were dealing with your raw chicken, make sure you're not using that same surface to cut this other stuff. I didn't, but I just wanted to make sure that you don't, if you do that, don't use the same knife or the same cutting board that you use that raw chicken on. So I'm actually going to cut up a couple green onions, throw them in now, and then we'll use it on top too. Okay, so there's that. Really now we're just kind of waiting for it to all blend together and it's ready to eat. Okay, so if you don't know what butter lettuce looks like, Sarah says you're making me hungry. This is butter lettuce. The cheapest place I have found is Costco. This 3-pack was only like $3.50, I think, or a lot of times if you go to other stores, just one head of butter lettuce is going to be $3. So if you have a Costco, that's definitely the cheapest place to buy them. I do want to show you one thing. So do you see how dirty, maybe you can't see it, see how dirty this lettuce is? You definitely do want to take your pieces out. Like I washed this one over here. So normally there's 3 heads in here. So you're going to wash it off and then you're going to take the little pieces off. Like I said, I haven't washed that big one that's intact yet. But then take the pieces off and then wash the pieces and dab them dry with a towel. And then let me show you how to plate these. So then to eat them, you just put your little things out, your little lettuce bowls or lettuce cups. And then you put a little bit on there. It's however much or how little you like. This serves about 4 adults as a main dish. You definitely will want sides. I normally make fried rice with it. Then we put a little bit of sriracha on. And that is how you make them. So hopefully you guys like this recipe. Please like, share it, or save it so you can find it again later. But that's what they look like. They're yummy. They're delicious. Can you use different lettuce? Yes, you can use baby romaine as actually another really good option, but I would definitely stick with either baby romaine or butter lettuce. And both of those are the cheapest I found anywhere is at Costco. The baby romaine are like the little short ones, and I think you get 6 of them in a pack for about $3 to $4. And the butter lettuce at Costco as well. If I missed any of your comments, sorry, I have to look at everything upside down. Is butter lettuce the same as Bibb lettuce? You know what? I think it is. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. It's just always called butter lettuce. So, if you look right here, it's called butter lettuce. All those can be backwards for you guys. So just look for butter lettuce. Looks very yummy. Okay, guys, I will let you go. Like I said, I'm actually going to turn this off now. I'm going to let it cool a little bit, and then I'm going to put it in a container. And then I'll wash all this lettuce up and dry it and put it in a Ziploc bag for my little brother. And then we'll deliver it and they can have a nice dinner tonight and not have to worry about it. They can just focus on that cute new little baby. All right, Brenda says, need to try. Thanks for sharing. Sarah says, thanks for the recipe. Have an awesome day. All right, I'll chat with you later. Bye, guys.